Welcome to another video. Today we go to far away from Montevideo. I don't know right now yet where we go. I have some spots to go there and see what we found. And I hope take a great picture today. Today we go to talk about composition. We go to talk about the trees. We go to talk about the water. We go to rocks, stones. I mean, we can find good places there. One aspect of this place that is a small town near to the city that has beautiful beaches there. So I try to not focus on the beaches. I go to try to focus around the beaches. I mean, I looking for wildlife and some good landscapes to take some good pictures there. So I go to try to focus on not the beach, but all around the beach. One of the aspects I like to say for this video is right now in Uruguay is a summertime. We are in January. January is the time where all the people go outside there and go to vacations. So all the places near to the city are really populated with a lot of people, and for landscape photography maybe this is not the best. I try to looking for places that there is not too much people there, so I had to remove people from my pictures. I prefer not put person there because I like to take a photo to the nature. This in the nature there is no people. There is no people with his garbage. There is no people with his chairs, beach chairs. There is no people with all his gear to go to the beach. I will try to looking for places that there is no people around. It's a little difficult, so I will try. One of the most important aspects of the photography. Okay, you get the camera, you got the lenses, you got the gear, and what's happened? You need to go outside and take some pictures. Okay, you need to planning this trip. What place you go, how long you go to stay there, what's about the place, what kind of nature you have there. For landscape photography, this is really important. You need to set up your gear, you need to set up the time to travel.
En 300 metros, gira a la izquierda.
Okay, we are here. We arrived for the first place. We go to see how this looks, and you tell me. The first I see here in this place is some interesting water sections here in the middle of the in the middle of the sun. So what I've been doing here is try to see if I can get some kind of reflection with this water. And you can see behind of me there is a crack. So I try to point my camera to a place that these tracks cannot see it. In the front of me I have some kind of a boat that I want to try to use in this view, these shots. Let me set my camera. For today I go to use polarizing filter. For today I bring with me this filter. Is a CPL filter, so I go to set here in the front of my camera. Okay, for this shot I go to take three images. I go to use a filter CPL and I put in this length. I go to set the camera to 2 seconds. To set the camera to 2 seconds, so I cannot get shake of my pressing the button. So I go to put here. I go to 1, 2, 3. So here I go to take some pictures. I don't know if you can see my screen here. Let me here. Okay, so what I go to do here is use the water in the bottom so I can get a reflect there. I also have a CPL filters. So today what we try to do here in this location is try to get some reflection. So for today I go to use my lens head settings, lower ISO, the aperture I go to set in maybe f14. Let me see. You know, one of the aspects here in Uruguay, there is not too much contrast for this kind of photography. There is no trees in the beach, there is a little river that go to the beach, so it's a little hard to find better places. We continue for the next place. It's far away from here, so we need to make road trip a little more, so keep on tracking. are here in another interesting place. As you can see behind of me is kind of park. This park is near to the water. Behind of me we have beach there, so we go to make some scout here to see what we found here. As you can see, there is some child with a bicycle here, so we can go here and see what we found here. So this is a kind of bicycle circuit, so the child can play here. So we go to walk a little more so we can come find something. You see, it's a beautiful place here. There is a lot of nature here in this place, so I hope we can find something here. You can see there in the top of this tree there is a beautiful nest. I mean, maybe it's a parrot nest, I'm not sure, but we can continue here. So I think this is a private park. We are in Colonia Wilson, some kilometers out from Montevideo, almost 1 hour less of time to travel here. I think I can find something here. You see behind of me this beautiful tree, so I go to try to take a good picture so I can show what is his beauty. So I go to set my camera here and try to reach some kind of scope here, and you see the branches that is upcoming to the sky. So I try to follow these lines with the camera so I can get clarity in his branches. So I explained before, I go to use some filter, polarizing filter in the lens. I don't see, you can see there. But this lens you can rotate with your fingers and you can remove the brightness of the image and get more real colors there. I mean, it's really good for nature pictures. Of course, you need a wide lens here to catch all the scope of this image. I mean, I'm not too far away from the tree. You see there? You see the bright in his leaves? Okay, this filter can control this bright in my image. I can use the screen here, set focus. But maybe I had to move a little. Okay. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful image. I get the tree in the middle. I get the tree in the middle of my shot. I have some beautiful background there and some beautiful background in the left. You see another trees there. Always I can rotate my polarized filter. For this kind of photography we need to set a timer, because if I may click on the shutter button at the same time took the picture, the camera is going to shake, so the picture is going to take sharp. So in this way I set 2 seconds of the light, so the shooter cannot get any shake in the exact moment that is fired. Okay, we can go to another location. Next to, maybe we can find something there. This tree has interesting branches here. They have some kind of change of peel here. So I'm going to try to take a good picture here. You can see we have another shot here. We have a beautiful tree in front of me. So what I'm trying to do is playing with the filter. I go to rotate the CPL filter to get a better quality image. I think I get there. I had to use the viewfinder because here, viewfinder is this part here at the top of the camera because I cannot see correctly. I go to put really nice, really nice. You know, with the polarized filter you can get subtle changes in your images. Listen, beautiful, beautiful. The parrots, we have some nest there in the top of the tree. One of the aspects of the photography is you can go there outside with not plants and you can find something really good and spend really good time. For example, take a look what I found here. You see these branches? You see this tree is changing his peel. This is beautiful. This is really nice to take some pictures. I will try to not touch nothing to catch all the nature around the place, so I can get a good image here. Okay, I get ready my camera to shoot. I have 2 settings already set up in the camera. I choose user 1 and user 2. User 1 is for landscape photography. I already set my aspect of the camera to take this kind of photography, and I use user 2 to use the long length to get focus on the birds, and sometimes I can use it to get some images like this. what I go to do is remove the filter, the polarizing filter, because I think it's not helping. I go to change this filter. As you can see here, you can turn around, you can get here with your hands, and you can change the way this works. But let me show you. I can turn around this lens. Maybe you can see, I'm not sure right now, the change of the glass. With the polarizing filter you can get subtle changes in your images. The white is go to the bright and the whites go to turn down. You can get more color from your image. You find an image. I mean, I shoot it in RAW. After, in addition, you can put down the brights, put to the top shadows. I mean, you can make a lot of things in addition. But from my point of view, if you can get a better image when you took the images using, for example, a filter. In this case, this filter is not too much expensive. I mean, it costs almost $20. There is, you know, there is a lot of filters to photography. There is too expensive filters, and there is not too expensive filters. In my bag, I have this package. If I open this package, I have memory cards. I have filters. For example, let me show you. This is a gradient filter. You see the variation from dark to white. You can use, for example, this filter to take a good sunset when you have a really bright image in the sky. You can use this filter to turn down the brightness of the sky and the sun. I mean, you have many numbers of that you can increase. For example, here I have this one. Is, you see, is really dark. This is the number 2. I have with me a 16, 2, 4, 12, 16. You can use whatever you want to turn down the brightness in the image, but if you cannot use it correctly, you can get a worse image. Okay, I think for this area is all. I'm going to turn around here to see if I can find something else. I think I can get what I want. That's what these branches and peel of the branches. Okay, right now I'm going to the beach side. It's next to this park. I don't know, I can get good images there. I see there is some people in the beach, so I try to turn around to get away from these people. I don't want these people in my shots. I have to say, I never came here before, so I think it's a really good place. As I can explain before in another video, here is this water you see here is the river of the plate. It's not open here, so this has a particular color. Here in the beach, as you can see, there is some people there. So what I see is a tree, fallen tree. Maybe I can get good images there. Sorry, there is a lot of wind. I'm not sure if you can hear me. but I will try. I arrived here to the tree. Oh, there is a lot of trees there. Maybe I can find a good image from here. Let me share. Oh, there is a good image here, I think. I have all of this leaves moving, so my picture maybe is not good for this occasion, so I go to try anyway. We continue our journey. I'm still looking for nice places. I see some trees here. Maybe I can find something. I see another down tree there. Maybe I can get something there. This is really good. You see behind me, you see the branches there. Maybe we can get some good images from here. Really nice, really nice. I think this all small tree there in the sun. You can see where I am. Not too much people here, so this is perfect. So what I've been doing here, for example, I cannot go to the tree because I not want to my footprint in the sand. So I go to stay here. I go to set up my camera some distance from the tree. In this way I can handle all of the aspects of the composition. As you can see, there is some kind of wire there mixed with the branch. I think this can help to the image. I prefer not trash in my images, but sometimes it's a little complicated to get this because the people leave a lot of trash everywhere. So what I want to do is try to focus my camera between this old branch there in the sun and this pine in the top. Right now it's 2 p.m. in the afternoon. It's maybe the not moment to take a photography. Always is the morning or the afternoon to get more contrast. But you know, this is what we have here right now, and we need to use it. So let me focus the camera and we see what I can get here. What I can see here in my image is the moon behind us in the tree. It's really nice. So finally in this composition I get the old tree down. I got the new tree in the background. This really nice green color. It's a pine, a small pine. In the top I have the sky. So using the CPL filters, I try to reduce the bright of the sky, put more dark. You will see in the final result of the image. So I can get more contrast of this image. So I think this is a place to take a relax. See the view, really nice view. I go to show here, and I go to take some drinks here. I got my sunblock. You know, in this summer here we have a really high temperatures, so maybe the best is take care about this. I have water here. I go to wait some minutes and continue there. You see there is no people, there is a beaches here, really nice. This is what I'm looking. and enjoy with me. These moments are when you really enjoy this experience. The photography is only an excuse to go there, go outside and spend good time. Listen to the nature, breathe, really good moments. One of the questions I get last week with the last video was if this camera is better than I have before. Before I've been using a Nikon Z6 500. What I miss from this camera is some buttons, some easy way to reach my controls in my camera. For example, for this camera, this is a Nikon Z6. Each time I turn on, I have to set the timer. I have to go back and set 2 seconds timer. I mean, this is really boring. In the previous camera, you have these controls on in some buttons at the top of the camera. You can see with your eyes in easy way where is each control. In this camera, you need to turn on, go to the digital screen, navigate between the menus to see if the settings are what we do, what we are you want. Really, what I miss is from the previous camera is the bracketing. What I miss from the previous camera is the bracketing button. With your left hand, you can set this control, and there is more controls in this top control here. You can see where is the timing, where is the shooter aspect. I mean, for this camera, you need to go to the digital screen, navigate between the menus, and you need to spend some time in a wild environment trying to set all the aspects. For me, it's better get in some part of the camera really clear controls to set in any moment. I mean, this is really better camera. I mean, this is full frame. The previous was DX. Get better quality images. For me, the final product is really better. This camera. I mean, this is part only the camera is part of the lens. I have to, when I choose a switch to this camera, I have to switch lens too, because my previous lens was DX and this camera is full frame, so I had to get new lens for full frame. So I buy a similar lens. There is a Falcon from here from Uruguay. I try to get with my zoom lens. Is a Carancho. Carancho is in the beach, so I try to reach them. I go to slowly try to closer. Sorry about that, I don't speak now because they can lie. Listen me. As you can see, this guy is eating something there, so I go to try to get closer, try to. This guy is not go away. He's look at me. But no, he's eating something. I mean, they have some kind of fish or similar. I got to stay here because they are looking at me. So not good luck with this bear. Seems far away. So anyway, I see another interesting thing here. So this trip continue. So in this occasion, take a look what I found here. An interesting tree. This tree has really strong roots. I think this can be a great shot. Nice green color of the leaves. This tree has all these roots here, really strong. There is another there, so I will try to take some shots and we see the result. And I sit here next to this tree and these roots to relax for a while. See shots of the bear in the beach. I cannot use tripod because this not the bear not allowed to close. So what I do is take the camera with my hands, the Hue lens here, and I try to get closer of this bear. You know, finally I think I can get good photos. Anyway, I had to wait to go home, process the images and see the result. Right now I think I can take really good images with the bird, but I'm not sure. I had to. So I cross my fingers. By the way, there is a bear in the water. I don't see right now. Sometimes they came and it's really big. but I cannot go closer because they fly. So I got to stay here some minutes to see if they come back and go to the water next to me and try to get closer. Okay, fellows, thank you for watching me. For me, this is a really enjoy time. Hope you can enjoy like me. I try to show my experience. What I've been doing here is focus on what I like it and show you. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. We see another video. Keep on trying. Thank you.